Hello, hello, hello. Test. Okay. Alrighty. Hi, everyone. I see a few people are already in here, so good. Let me get my view up here on my iPad so I can see what you're saying to me. Okay. Alrighty. There you all are. Whoops, I gotta turn the volume down.
There you are.
All right, how are y'all today? It's a beautiful day, albeit very hot, but it is beautiful out there. Who's here? Let's see. Got Linda. Hi, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Christy. Beach Baby, Carlsbad, California. You know what? My husband and I took a trip there a couple years ago. We toured the Taylor Guitar Factory. He's a huge Taylor guitar fan. So actually one of them had to follow him home. But it's a fun place to go. I love it there. Hi, Tama. Nice to see you in Arizona. Wow, we have people all over. Try to get a little closer to this here so I can see. My old eyes are failing me. All right. Hi, Heidi. Good to see you. It's just, you guys are becoming like, I miss you. If I go very long without chatting or talking to somebody in the Facebook group, like I totally miss you guys a lot. So what are y'all sewing today? Hi, Ingrid. Hope you're feeling better. Are you doing better? Hi, Chris, Phyllis, Rhonda. Good to see all of you. Rhonda, your tops were gorgeous. I think you've been too hard on yourself. You have the Rhapsody cut out. Cool, Christy. I love that top. That's one of my favorites. Hi, Dolores. Good to see you too. Hi, Dot. All the regulars, huh? Good to see you too. I'm going to turn a light on because I think that maybe might be a little bit dark.
At the front door.
Does that help the light a little bit? To help the lighting a little bit, maybe. I just thought I was sitting in the dark a little bit there. You're doing good. Are you home now, Ingrid? My sister-in-law had a hip replacement on Tuesday, I think it was. She's still in the rehab facility, but she's doing better. She had a rough road for a couple days, but she's doing much better. I have not made the dress version yet of the Rhapsody, Christy. I would really like to. You have to show us a picture. We had a great holiday, Kay. How about you? We swam with our kids. Been to my brother and sister-in-law's house, and they have a pool. And all of our kids met us there. We had a cookout, and it was really nice. Just swam with all 6 of our grandkids and did nothing except for, grill food and, clean up and that. But it was just so much fun and so good to be with family. We've had so little of that this year because of the stupid coronavirus, which is surging again here. So it's really frustrating because I feel like we're going to be right back to being isolated again if we're not careful. I don't know how it's doing in the rest of the world, but here it's starting to surge again. You were home on the 3rd day. Wow. That's awesome. I hope Kathy does better. She's just not done very well. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you. Hi, Sally. You're in Florida. Oh, I bet it's hot down there today. A pantsuit for your 17-year-old granddaughter. That's a picky customer, probably. I know teenagers. My daughter, when she was that age, I couldn't sew for her at all. She didn't want anything to do with it. So some of them really like it. Now, her daughters love for me to sew for them, but she was not, I don't know, she was just in a rebellious stage, I guess. Sunny. It's sunny here too today, Teresa. But it's about 96. But you see, I'm not sweating because we got our air conditioner fixed. So I'm like loving being able to sew in the afternoon again. It's so nice. I was having to get up at 6 and sew till noon and then wait until the sun went down because it was just too hot up here. But now I can sew up here all day. So it's awesome. Typical teenager. Yep. Yes, yay for AC is right. I felt really blessed that God provided. Because when an air conditioner dies, it's not just a couple $100. It was like a $3,000 thing, and we just didn't have it, and God provided the way. So that was fantastic, and now we'll be good for another 20 years with it, I guess. We probably won't be here 20 years from now in this house, but whoever buys our house when we decide to downsize, will have it. Not sure when that'll be, but we're not going to live with steps forever, I don't think. We didn't think when we bought this house we should have thought about having a downstairs bedroom for when we got older, but we didn't, and so eventually we're going to have to move, I think. Hi, Marion, good to see you. So I'm working on the Sherry. I did the Sherry top, that's back there, from 5 out of 4 patterns. And I'm working on a dress. And Karina and I are going to be doing a video collab on the Sherry dress and top. So look forward to that. It's coming up probably next week. I'm not sure exactly what day. When we both get our dresses done. So both of us are really busy. So we're kind of, we're easy with it for each other. But we decided to, I showed her mine and she said, oh, I have that cut out. And she said, well, let's just do a collab. So that'll be fun. And it's always nice, I think, for you guys to see like different takes on one pattern. It's always kind of fun because she's obviously shaped differently than me. I'm a larger person. She's kind of smaller, and it's nice for you to see different people. And she has a different take on every pattern. She has the most creative mind. She hacks every pattern into something totally different, and it's awesome. She'll use really unexpected fabrics, and it's neat. She helps me tap into my creative side in sewing. I'm a very creative person, but I haven't always been with sewing, so it's really helped me being, with her friendship to like, oh yeah, why don't I, I got to open up those possibilities of things we can do. So it's wonderful. Crazy patch piecing old jeans to cover 2 large chair cushions for the front porch. Oh, that's awesome. I want to see pictures of that. That is so cool. Decided to put my sewing machine where my mouth was. Yeah, I hear ya. Same here. Thank you, Helen. I love her too. She's a very good friend of mine. Most days, not every day, but most days, we have like an ongoing text conversation all day while we sew. So we talk about everything under the sun. And I really enjoy her company, and her take on patterns and sewing is just so different and so refreshing. I think we make each other better. It's okay, best projects take a little while. I'm working on a dogwood apron. Have y'all seen the dogwood from Helen's Closet? I'm going to go get it and show it to you. So it is like a work apron. So here's what I have so far. I don't have the straps on it, but it has pockets for scissors and, you know, maybe your tape measure in here. It's got a welt pocket. And then there's a scissor like tab that goes here, and then a snap tab for something else over here. And I sort of figured out the sewing tools that I would want to have. And yeah, so I think it's going to be fun to have in my sewing room. My new setup with the new table, I have my sewing machine here and my serger way over there, so I'll be going back and forth. And I've already like found myself going, oh, I wish I had that apron so that those clippers were right, you know, in my pocket and not laying beside the sewing machine all the way over there, which I had to get up and come get them. And it would be great to have a set of everything by both. And I thought I'd put a rotary cutter and, you know, just a pencil, a fabric marker, you know, just everything I might need in my pockets. So I'm trying to find a way to put like a pin cushion that would dangle, you know, but have it not be able to poke me. So I'm not really sure how to do that, but if I find a way, I'll let you know. Oh, I love my new sewing machine. I felt like I wasn't like really getting the work out because I just sewed a bunch of knits because it was for the kids' gifts and stuff. So I thought I need to sew some wovens because that's where like a regular sewing machine really shines. And so working on this apron, I can really appreciate the knee lift, how when you stop, you can pivot without, you know, hands-free, which is amazing. And it just went through the canvas with no problem whatsoever. The needle threader's working really well. And I love the thread cutter, which it just cuts off the threads. And I am a messy sewer. I never cut my threads like I should. And so this kind of tames them to have that button. So you don't, you know, it's just free. You just take it out and it's already cut really short underneath. And then the knee lift lifts the presser foot so that you can pivot. And there's an auto pivot where you can actually turn that on so that every time you stop, the needle's down and the presser foot's up, which is neat if you're doing like a lot of maybe quilting or something where you need to turn corners a lot. But it's just as easy to use the knee lift. That's what I've been using, so I like it. Oh, and I had to do some bar tacks, and I thought, oh, come on, I didn't know how to, like, the long way to set the thing for bar tacks, and I found the, there's on the utility menu, I don't have it plugged in. I unplugged my machine. I had an electronic machine get fried in a storm a long time ago in a power surge. So now when I'm done sewing for the day, I unplug my machine. And so I haven't plugged it in yet today. But there's a utility menu that has bar tacks. So it was just really like one, and like almost anything, any task that you need to do, there's like a one button thing. So it's really nice. I'm just getting spoiled because I've never had this level of, you know, automation before. So I love it. Hi, Georgiana. Nice to see you. That is the, who's asking? Alberta. That is the sherry top from 5 out of 4 patterns. And we're going to be doing a video on that. I'm going to do one, and Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles is going to do one. We're going to collaborate them on the same day, so it'll be fun. Do I like my chair? Yes, I do. I just got this one. I had the pink one that I've had for a long time, and that one was just so-so, but this one has lumbar support. I got this from Amazon. I can give you the link if you want in the description. It was only $62 too, so it wasn't real expensive. But so far, I've only had it a couple days, but when I lean back on it, it really does. I have back problems, so I would know if it was not going to be good for my back. I am too, Teresa. Thank you so much. I don't know that I deserve it, but I am very happy to have it. See if I've missed anything. Thank you, Chris. I think it will be cute once I finish it. I'm working on one for my son-in-law for his birthday that has like woodworking tools. I gave him the diagram and told him to plan out what tools he wants to put so that I can know where to put the divisions and stuff for him. His birthday, we celebrated 5 birthdays on the 4th of July, and his was one. So I didn't actually make his yet. I gave him the diagram because I want it to be customized to what he needs. So I have this really neat green denim, and that's what I'm going to make his out of. I need to get some muslin, though, for the bias tape parts of it so that it kind of, I don't want to do anything, you know, I have such girly prints. I don't want to do anything curly. So I'm excited to do that for him. My daughter thought he would want it for work, but he said he thinks he'd rather have it for woodworking fun time. So I'm just going to do however he wants to divide it up. I will give you the link, Ella, to the chair. Yeah, I've had 2 back surgeries, so when I sew or do anything for a long time, if I don't have a good chair, I get myself in a little bit of trouble. So I can understand. You do need to take care of your back. Especially you need to take care of your neck when you're sewing. You know, lumbar too, of course, but when you're like this all the time, you need to stop and rotate your neck. I've had cervical disc surgery, so I know from personal experience that if you don't do that, you're going to end up, you know, having your spine will be thrust forward here, and that can cause you all kinds of problems. So you only have to have a complete herniated disc once in your life to start taking care of your back and neck. So be very mindful and take care of it before you have problems. Thank you. I love my windows. This window looks out to the street, and so I can like see the whole neighborhood and what's going on. You know, especially like since we've been isolated, the kids are outside playing and people are out walking their dogs, and so I don't feel that isolated because I see people all the time. It's not a busy street. We're in a subdivision, but it's neat to see what the neighbors are up to, and I love it when it's like raining and you can watch the storm. It's fun. I'm trying to make it organized. It's getting there. I just did a complete overhaul. I have a video of my sewing space, like it was one of the first videos I did, but I'm just in the middle of like sort of rearranging everything. I just got this table and moved my old sewing table over there to the corner, and I'm going to hang another pegboard, so it's going to be super organized. I can't wait, and I'll do another video when we get that done. My husband's so kind to help me with this planning. He's an engineer, so he knows just the way to hang stuff and just, you know, what will be helpful and what won't. So yeah, I am so thankful for my woman cave here. This is my space, you know, like I love coming in here. I know that everything is where I want it to be, and it's great. Sometimes I just come in here and not even so, just come in here. I have a TV on the wall too, so. My desk is not height adjustable, but the chair is, so I can adjust the chair the way I need it. I'm kind of glad it isn't, because the knee lift needs to be sort of stable. So I have it, set right where I, need the knee lift to be for me. I do have the sort of counter height cutting table, and sometimes I'll get my other machine out and stand and sew too. So it's a combination. Like at Christmas time, when I'm busy doing like 40 projects at once, I'll put another sewing machine on the cutting table, and then that way I can sort of sit and stand and sit and stand. I'm watching this, and it's like I see myself, but it's like lagging behind, and I look down and I see my hands going back and forth, and I'm better off if I don't look. Yeah, it is. I agree. See a chiropractor regularly and some exercises. Yeah, I have never seen a chiropractor. I should probably. I'm not against them. In my nurses training, they taught heavily against them, and I guess that's always been in the back of my head, even though I don't think they teach that anymore, that it's bad. But I should go, because I think I could help myself. But I have fusion of my discs here, and I'm always just afraid of anything that's going to crack them, because I'm afraid that'll mess that up. So, oh, thank you so much, Anne. I don't have formal training, just life experience at having to alter things to fit me and my kids and my mom, my mother-in-law. So yeah, I've done a lot of fitting, but I don't have any formal training whatsoever. Lots of PT, yep. I've had lots of PT as well. Just important. It's so much better if you take care of your back before anything happens. I wish I would have listened a little more. Yep, even if it's a corner, it's your spot, Dee. I get it. It can be. I remember when I first injured my knee up here in a leg brace, trying to sew. Oh, that was so hard. It was Christmas time. I fell in November, and I was Christmas sewing. And I remember just trying to get done with everything and just sitting here crying, because it hurts so bad to get up and get down. But you really love it if you sew when you're in a knee brace, because I was in a full leg cast sort of thing, and I was up back and forth. I don't want to do that again. Yesterday, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry that you hurt yourself. I will be praying for you. What's your first name, Foot Frenzied? What's your first name? I want to be able to pray for you. And I'm sorry that you're in pain. It'll pass, I promise. I've been there. It will pass. Do what they tell you to do. Don't overdo it. And I got a Skyline 7 Janome. I love it. I just love this machine. My chiropractor doesn't use the more aggressive maneuvers. Yeah, my daughter's doesn't either, so I'll probably go see her at some point. Just for maintenance, I mean, just to keep things from tying up again. And then I have the knee thing. I have no quad strength, so that sort of affects my back sometimes, because when I do steps, I have to go like one leg at a time. I can't bend this knee and put any weight on it, so I think it does kind of throw my back out from time to time. That's a good idea. Kathy says she lowers her chair when her neck aches. That's a good idea. It'll be autumn in 3 months. Can you believe it? No, I don't. I just filmed a fabric haul from my trip to Indiana. So that'll go online either late tonight or maybe early tomorrow, but I just filmed it before I came online. I bought 46 yards of fabric, and I realized as I was showing it that a lot of that is going to be for fall. So yeah, 3 months away. It's crazy. It's going to be time to sew for Christmas pretty soon. Are you guys ready? It's Margot. Okay, I will be praying for you, Margot. Please keep us up to date. Are you on the Facebook group as well? Because I would love for you to be, so you could keep us up to date on how you're doing. And probably can't sit at a sewing machine just yet, but we'll be here to you know, keep you company until you can, and can't wait to see your makes. Hi, Jan. Is that no on the fall thing, Jan? Yeah. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. I think I decided I wanted to really learn about fitting because I don't know, I just have this philosophy that fitting is the key to feeling good in your clothes, to feeling confident. I think that women as a whole tend to not be very self-confident. I'm not like a feminist, like crazy, you know, like I'm not like a women's rights super feminist or anything, but I do think that girls and women need to be taught to be self-confident and not necessarily rely on men for our self-awareness and self-worth. Because I think a lot of women marry the wrong people because of that, and maybe get involved with people they shouldn't because of that. So, and I think that clothes that fit go a long way to help you with your self-confidence. So that's why I decided that I was going to learn how to fit things. I was going to make sure my granddaughters had lovely, modest, well-fitting clothes. And I would take the new styles and then I would make them fit well. And you can take the styles that everybody loves, but they're too short or too low or too this or too that. Make them fit well with that and fix the modesty issues, and they can feel like they're in style, but they can feel confident. So that's just kind of my thing. Yeah, I just get kind of preachy there, didn't I? Sorry about that. Amen to the fitting, yeah. Ditto, ditto on the amen. Yeah, I, sorry if I got preachy, but I do. I just feel real passionate about that. So I decided that I'd become as much expert at fitting as I possibly could so that I could help people do that. Because like we have this fantastic opportunity that we sew. And why sew if it's only going to fit as well as ready to wear, right? Because it doesn't, in the long run, it saves you money only if you shop frugally. If you don't shop frugally, it doesn't really save you money in the long run. So there's got to be more reason than that to sew. And that's a big reason for me because things just don't fit. I go to Kohl's or something, and even a t-shirt, I'll just go, this tight here, or it's too short. Why are t-shirts so short? Have you noticed, like when you buy a t-shirt at a store, it's like really short, and then when you wash it, it's this much shorter? I can't stand it. I want my t-shirts to come down and not raise up and show my belly when I raise my arms up or something. I don't know if that means anything to you. But it's been a while since I've bought ready to wear, but when I have, it's not been a good experience. Everybody's quiet. Did I lose you guys? Oh, there you are. Okay. Husband just took my measurements so I could, oh, that's awesome. What a wonderful man. That's great. It is. I agree. They catered to all the young people, and how do I say this? Most of the styles that they have, with a few changes, they could be great, but they're too, like, oh, I see what young girls are walking around in, and then I think of what young men are thinking when they see them, and it really hurts my heart to think of, you know, where they could end up. I don't know if that, I'm trying to be sensitive in how I say that, but I worry about young girls when they wear things that stir things in young men and what can happen. True. It is nice to read the comments. Yeah, I was gonna do it yesterday, but I think I told you guys in my last video that it was gonna be today instead because of the holiday. But if I apologize if I didn't tell you. But I didn't think that there'd be that many people that would be available yesterday because a lot of people were traveling and enjoying the holiday. I was pretty much just a vegetable yesterday. I got up super early to put church online because we were partying at my sister-in-law's all day with our kids, and I was just so exhausted that I went to bed and got up super early and put church online. So by the time I got up at 4, and so by the time mid-morning came, I took a nap. I woke up about 5, I think, or something. It was pretty much, yeah, I was a vegetable yesterday. When you're 2 sizes apart, what do? Well, you can grade between them. Like if your top half is, like my top half is a different size than my bottom half. And I will trace the top half on one size line, and then I'll just grade out at the hips or wherever you happen to need more room. The narrow shoulder adjustment that I show you is another way of being one size here than the rest of you. That's me. My neck and shoulders are smaller than the rest of me. So I will do that narrow shoulder adjustment a lot of times. Yeah, that's one thing that is really helpful when you sew, is that you can do that. That's why, like for 2 reasons, I print all the sizes. You know, when they say that you can do the layers and not print all the sizes, I tend to just print them. And the reason I do that is, number one, I print from my iPad, and for me, it doesn't bother me that those lines are there and that there's no way to print in layers from the iPad. So I just print them all. But I also appreciate that they're there, because then I know, you know, I have more of a judge where to add, and, you know, what lines to follow when I want to add more space to my hips or whatever. I hope that helps. I'm bottom heavy too, so yeah, just, you know, just follow the one size here, and then when you get to your waist, just gradually come out to the other size. It's actually pretty easy to do once you've done it a time or two. You came up to Ohio yesterday or over the weekend, Jan? What part of Ohio did you visit? Hello, nice to see you, Zena. Yeah, I'm the same, Teresa. I just tend to print them all. I really resent now buying patterns that are only 1 or 2 sizes. There's an indie company, I can't remember, is it Style Arc, that you have to actually just buy 1 size, and I don't like that at all. I'm trying to remember which pattern company it is. Do any of you guys remember? Because I don't remember which one it is, but they come just in sizes. Like, you just buy, if you buy an 18, you just buy an 18. And I don't like that. I like having all the multiple sizes. Grove City. Oh, cool. My daughter lived in Pickerington for a long time, and Grove City, we've gone to many. They have a big church there where they have a lot of concerts. We've been to concerts in Grove City. Can't remember the name of the church, but it's huge. Yeah, I agree. I think it is style art. They have gorgeous styles, though. I love their styles of their patterns, but that's one thing I haven't done one. I haven't done a style art pattern, and I just because I get turned off by that every time. But I probably should so that I can be a better review, um, have a better understanding of what they do. Right now I'm looking at camis, and I plan to make myself a bunch of camis, more than I need really, but I want to do a really informative video on camis, and I'm working on that. I want to make 10 camis and rate the patterns, give you straight what's good about them, what isn't good about them. I've only made a couple different ones at this point, so I want to make some. I haven't made the Ogden, I haven't made Misty. I've got a whole list. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did a whole big search on camis, and that's what I came up with. Because I want to do like a roundup and invite other people to input as well. I did this with cardigans last year. We did the Great Cardigan Wrap Up, and I had any other vlogger who had a video on that, I just invited them to put it into the playlist so that you can go to the Cardigan Wrap Up and you can get a whole bunch of videos on that playlist of cardigans and different ones. And it was a really, really nice resource for people. So I want to do that with camis. So that's what I'm working on right now. That's right. That Luna one starts this week. I've done the Luna pattern, but I don't know if I'll do the sew along. I'm working on the La Belladonna testing. They're expanding the sizes of that, which is amazing. I've heard a lot of good about the Ogden cami, and then I've heard people who really wish there was a dart. Do you mind that there's no dart? I don't think I'll mind, but let me know what you think. Vogue patterns or Vogue fabrics? Yeah, I think that, let's see, what else am I working on? I'm working on a whole bunch of ideas for the channel right now. Also, we're going to be venturing into bodice fitting. After we do the final video wrap-up of the pants series, we're going to do bodice fitting. And so that's sort of working on sort of the lessons for that right now. And we'll be launching that pretty soon. 70 years old, no longer sew for my kids and rarely for my grandkids. Only real justification for buying a piece of jewelry or car is you just want it very... That's true. That is true. I figure if I make all my clothes that I don't mind. Like if I get spending money, I buy jewelry and shoes. I rarely ever buy anything clothing related because I just sew, and pretty much I haven't really worked for a couple years now because I had to close my photography business, and this is a job sort of. I mean, I'm starting to make a little bit of money with the YouTube, but it's really slow going, and most everything goes right back to the channel, for video equipment and fabric. It's all fun stuff though. It just sort of feeds my interests. So, it, you know, I don't have a lot of extra spending money. So when I do, I just buy jewelry or shoes. Marie, I'm glad you're here. What are you sewing? Oh, you're working. That doesn't mean you're sewing. That means you're working. Sewing isn't work, really, is it? I did have a shoe weakness, Jan, but now since of my knee, I can't wear like half the shoes I have, and I'm so sad. I sometimes I'll just pull them out, and I just want to wear them for like the pictures I take of the outfits. I haven't done that yet, but I think maybe I can still maybe enjoy them that way, just to take photographs and then take them off. I can't do heels anymore. Just can't. I have a whole closet full of shoes, and my husband just keeps telling me, don't wear them, just get rid of them. But I just can't. I just love them. There's every color. There's red shoes and green shoes and turquoise shoes. I don't want to get rid of them. Ah, you didn't miss it, Sarah. We're still here. Shoes? What shoes? Does that mean you don't have any, or does that mean you have a shoe problem too? Working on spreadsheets and personnel actions. Oh, that sounds fun. Actually, Beach Baby, I do have a Ko-Fi account. It's I listed it in our Facebook group a while back, but I do, and a lot of people have very generously given me coffees lately, and that is so nice. I really appreciate that. I can put the link in the description of this video if you like, and then I probably should put it in the description of all my videos. I haven't gotten to that point where like I'm comfortable, you know, putting it forth all the time. I know everybody does, so I probably should just do that, but I just haven't done it yet. Too many shoes. Why do you think my name is Foot Frenzied? Because my feet are always in a frenzy. I wear slippers most of the time. Yeah, I do too. I had my big chunky fuzzy slippers on earlier. It's 96 degrees out, and I thought, well, I don't think anybody's going to see my feet in this video, but I put my flip-flops on just because I thought you guys would think I'm really ridiculous looking, because it really is kind of ridiculous. Oh, thank you so much, Edna. That's very, very sweet of you. I will put the link in the description. It is very easy, Sarah. Like, you can do it in an hour once you get the fit right. I love it. And I made one with the, I took the neckline from the Sunday romper and I put it on a classic tee. Oh, do I love that shirt. I love that so much, because it's got that gorgeous V in the front and V in the back neckline. And it's such a classic neckline. I love that shirt. Yeah, classic tee is probably one of my favorite patterns ever. La Belladonna is great. This is the La Belladonna. The old pattern, not the new one that's coming out soon. But she's not changing it a whole lot. Mostly just expanding the sizes, but she is doing a little bit to it. I'm going to be doing the first Love Notions is going to be launching some YouTube videos, and I'm actually going to be guest vlogging for them for the first one, so that'll be fun. Keen sandals. I'll have to, are they, do you get them at a normal store, or do they have a thing online? I'll have to try that. Oh, that romper's awesome, Edna. And I just made it for in the kids version for my granddaughter for her birthday. Oh, her eyes got this big. She just loved it. I think I put a picture of it in the Facebook group of all the birthday sewing I was doing. And yeah, that was that yellow fabric. Well, she was over here. She's the one that sews with me. She was over here and she likes to go through my fabric and say, ooh, I like this, I like that. She saw that yellow and she was just like, oh, Grammy, you need to make me a romper for my birthday with this. Well, how could I not, right? So I made her this Sunday romper, and she's 10. I'm sorry, she is turning 11 on the 16th. But we celebrated all the birthdays on the 4th, and she loved it. She wore it to church yesterday. My daughter texted me a picture. She just looks so grown up, but it looks awesome on her. I have Vionic flip-flops, Sarah. I love them. Having a problem with Ellie Mac looking at designs even after signing up. Looking at designs even... Oh, you can't look at the designs even after signing up? Joyce, tell me a little bit more about what's happening there. Maybe I can help you. Let's see. Cami Roundup would be nice. I've been looking for one that fits nicely. Yeah, same here. And I have a self-drafted one that works really well for me, but I want to find a pattern that I can recommend, you know, or several that I can say this is good for this type of figure, this is good for this type of figure. So I want to be able to kind of have a resource for everybody. Yeah, I agree, Anne. I don't see a whole lot of difference. Some are more fitted than others. I don't buy them all, really. Especially just the basic t-shirts. I don't see a huge difference in them. I love the classic tee because it's shaped for a woman without being clingy. And so they just fit really nice. But for like men's t-shirts, kids t-shirts, or just straight t-shirts, I don't see much difference in them. A lot of them are free, so the classic tee is not, but the Uvita tee from Itch to Stitch is free. There's a curved tank on Ellie Mac that's free. So there's a lot of t-shirts out there, and I'm pretty sure like Tessuti has one, and there's just a bunch of different makers that have free t-shirts. So I think a lot of people try different ones. Maybe they haven't really spent all that much to do that, but I kind of like having one that's just a go-to. The other one I really like is the Lark tee. That was probably the first one that I made, and I made that fit myself as well. And I like that one too, but I had to do more alterations to that pattern than I did the classic tee. The Lark tee is grain line patterns. Yes, Jan, I agree. Same here. It fit me right out of the box. I didn't have to do anything to it other than my usual shortening because I'm short. I didn't have to do anything to it at all. Yes, the logo is a tank, and then the Uvita is, I think it's UVITA, is the t-shirt, and then those are both free from Itch to Stitch. River dress is a nightgown. Oh yeah, very true, Chris. Definitely when you measure yourself for a top, measure with your bra on. When you take your bra off, if you're going to sleep in something, then you want to measure with your bra off. But yeah, everything just is, it might have the same volume, but it's in a different place. Thank you, Aunt B. I appreciate that. Aunt B Creations. You sew for You have a sewing business, or are you making jewelry, or sewing for kids, or quilts, or what is Aunt B's Creations? You have to tell us. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't have the Clark's Go Walk, but I heard those are really good. Any of those good brands, I think. You know, you just find the one that fits your foot the best. I have really super wide feet. No business, just yours, everybody's favorite Aunt B. That's cool. It just sounded like a great business name. Maybe you should start one. Thank you. I love it. Um, her romper is my favorite thing. The little LDTs, they whip up so fast, and I needed something. My niece's kids are here from South Carolina. We don't normally do birthdays with them because there's so many in that family, that generation. So we just like do cards and stuff. But they're here, and they're never here. And so for one of them had a birthday. I think hers is the 13th. So we were celebrating all the July birthdays. So I couldn't just let her birthday, be forgotten. So what I like to do is for, second generation cousins, kids, I like to remember them, but remember them maybe like when I see them. So they're here like once a year. So I usually try to make something for them when they're here. And so I made those little LDTs because I wasn't really sure of their size, and those are just so, expandable, easy. Or if they're too big, you can, wear them for a long time. So I made them each a little LDT, and I probably spent 2 hours on those. And but they really loved them. She loves horses, the one, so I put just a girl who loves horses on one of them, and the other one said mermaid hair, don't care. Oh, you just did a 24/7 top? I love that top. Another one of my favorite patterns. Did you use a woven for the bottoms? I love that top. People stop and ask you where you got that top when you wear it. Whenever I wear my 24/7 top, I get people stopping me and asking me. What fabric did you use, Dee? I've got my haul sitting right here that I just filmed. It's a mountain. I got 46 yards of fabric for $160, which ends up being under $4 a yard. So really nice stuff. 100% cotton t-shirt fabric, um, rayon challis, some mystery fabric that I don't know exactly what it is, but I love it. Some baby prints, because you know how hard it is to find little knit, soft knit prints for babies. Like, it's really hard to find those anywhere. And I got several of those, and some swim fabric, double brush poly, and I'm going to show it all to you, all the pretties. Yep, it was awesome. I love going to that store. There's one in Pennsylvania, there's one in Berlin, Ohio, which is kind of south of Cleveland, and there's one in Ligonier, Indiana, which, even though we're in Ohio, that one's closer to us. It was a 2-hour drive, well worth it, and it was, as far as social distancing goes, there was hardly anybody in the store. I felt very safe, and we just enjoyed it so much. It was so great to get away. We've just not been anywhere, for so long. These 4 months of this pandemic thing have just been long for everybody, don't you think? I mean, it's just, I love the time to sew, don't get me wrong. I've had a lot of time to sew, and that's good, but it's just been so hard to not go places, and it's been so challenging with being the worship director at church, and that's just a nightmare, trying to figure out getting all that online. And we never had online church before, so we had to just start from square one and figured that out. And I just really was excited about that, though, because if it weren't for my starting a YouTube channel last year, I wouldn't have known anything about putting anything online. And so because I had done that, I feel like God was preparing some of us to be able to do that, because we didn't have an online presence at all when that happened. So, but it's a lot of work. And now I've got to find some other people to help me, because it's every week. And it takes me a good 6 hours to get everything online. So I need some other people to help me. So that's next. My church is Open Church. It's part of the FEC, which is Fellowship of Evangelical Churches. It's just a tiny denomination here in the Midwest. It's just a Bible-believing evangelical Christian church. Kathy, the 24/7 top is Ellie Mac. Wonder fabric. Look through your stash and find few pieces of fabric and you wonder why you bought it. Yeah, I do have some of that. Some of it I inherited, and I wonder why my mom bought it. Which, if she passed in 1995 and I still have it, I probably should just get rid of it, because if I haven't sewn it by now, I'm probably not gonna. Yep, Dad, I did go to Zinks. Yeah, I like that. I did a video on Zinks, when I did my Christmas trip last year. So 6-7 months ago, I did a whole a tour, and I interviewed the manager and stuff of Zinks. So I'll put a link to that in this video, because I didn't want to just do the same thing, so I didn't take any video this time. But I did show my haul, and she's amazing, that manager there. She's so helpful, and she's getting married, so it was fun to talk to her about her wedding. And a knit and a mesh. Ooh, I bet that looked good. Now I need pictures. You knew I was going to ask, right? I want to see. Thanks, Dot. My aunt and I made my wedding dress. She did most of it. My wedding dress, I was, at the time, I had just finished nursing school. So I graduated from nursing school, took state boards, moved and got married in 3 weeks. So I didn't have a lot of time right then, so my aunt made it for me, but we kind of designed it together. And she did pretty much 90% of the work, but yeah, it was homemade, but I didn't do all of it. My mom was also real busy at the time. She was managing a store and stuff, so she didn't have the time either, so my aunt did it for me, but I loved it. It was very 70s. I have never been to the Berlin store, Jan. I'm going to have to go one of these times. I think it's a little bigger than the one in Ligonier, but it's probably 3 hours away as opposed to 2 hours away. So, and then in Pennsylvania, there's Zinks, and then I think Fabric Mart is real close to that. So, that's the next step from that would be to go to New York, right? I also want to go to Chicago sometime. They have a mini fabric district in Chicago, and Vogue Fabrics is there. They have a store, so I'd like to go there too. I always enjoy Vogue Fabrics at the expos when I go. They always have a booth, and they always have 2-yard cuts of things, and I just love that because it's just enough for a top. And you know, they're really like 2-yard cuts for $5 or whatever. So I always buy up a bunch of those. Whenever I go to an expo, I always hit their booth. We should all have a meetup at one of the fabric outlets. That would be fun. I'd love to have a meetup. I don't know where all you guys are. I know Ingrid isn't close, and you know, some of you guys are pretty far away, but a lot of you guys are close to the Midwest. We could do a meetup somewhere. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe when all this social distancing is over, we'll see if we can find a bed and breakfast or something like that and take it over for a weekend. Would that be fun? Hi, Deanna. Nice to see you. California, Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin wouldn't be too far. I'll have to do some research into that and see if we can find a, you know, place that would be close to some fabric outlets where we could sort of shop and then hang out. And I don't know if we'd want to have any sewing time or if we just want to hang out and chit chat and share ideas and shop. So we'll see. But I'd love to do that. Just do a little kind of mini retreat or something. Maybe we can figure something out. But first we have to get through this pandemic. It's terrible. I just think there's people who don't believe it's really a problem. And if everybody would just follow the guidelines, then we would get through it quicker. Yeah, I think that zincs must be sort of Amish related. I know that they can't be Amish or they wouldn't have electronics, but because Ligonier is also an Amish country. So I think all their stores are in those areas. Right. I agree, Teresa. I agree. What could be better? Mississippi, but you'd love a road trip to meet sewing friends. Oh, that would be fun, Kay. I hope you could come. We'll have to plan that for sure. Lake Charles, Louisiana. Hey, I used to live in Houston. Yeah, not too far from Lake Charles. Oh, you live in Lancaster where there is a Zinks. That's right. That's where the other one is. And then isn't Fabric Mart there too, Deborah? I think, don't you have kind of almost a mini fabric district there? That's the impression I got anyway. The U.S. is not taking the pandemic seriously. It's too bad other countries have successfully managed it. But for our country, no. Yep, I agree. We have friends in Prague, in the Czech Republic, and they mandated masks really early on. And, you know, and they had all these signs that said, I wear mine for you, you wear yours for me. And they pretty much beat it, like, right away. Like, there's none there. And I just wish we could, like, we love our freedom here, and I love this country for our freedom, but sometimes we are our own worst enemies when it comes to things like this, you know. You can't drive a car without a seatbelt, you know. You can't, like, when it comes to safety, you know, I think that we have to listen to the experts. That's just my opinion. Close, where are you, Sarah? Half hour away. Aw, fun. Yeah, I do, Dee. I can't wait to see them. Fabric Mart, I'm up for that. Oh, that'd be so fun. You're in Virginia, so you could come up. Yeah. You could get out of the heat. Yep, that would be fun. Well, we'll have to think about that. We'll have to I don't know, find a hotel that has a common area we could take over or something. We'll figure something out, but we have to get through this thing first. Yeah, and then we stopped at a convenience store between here and Indiana, and everybody had a mask on, and they said they clean the restrooms every half an hour. And I'm like, we wrote down that place for the way back because it was so impressive. They were so clean, and it was just really nice. Yep. So we need to make a getaway plans for when this is all over next year. We moved our Mexico trip to next May, so I hope it's over with by then. We were able to actually recoup most of our money as long as we moved our trip, kept the same things and moved it. So hopefully we won't have to cancel again. Oh, that would be so cool. I know San Francisco has a great fabric area. I did a photography workshop in San Francisco and photographed brides on the beach with the Golden Gate Bridge, on it's a Baker's Beach, I think it's called. And we went to the jazz clubs and did some photography. It was so much fun. It was a long time ago though. But I think San Francisco is amazing. We did a little street photography and it was fun. All right. Well, enjoy your physical therapy. I hope it helps you, Edna. And we'll see you soon. Is it my, is it huge, Chris? The Vogue fabric warehouse? I love to. I really, really love their fabric, and at the expos, they're so kind and helpful. And you know that they have only brought just like this little tiny bit of what they actually have, and then their website's amazing. Um, I would love to go there sometime. I'm not that far from Chicago, really. It's only about a 5-hour drive from here. Oh, that's fun. International Balloon Festival. That is, I always wanted to photograph that. That is so cool. Oh, cool. That'd be fun. Well, we have a lot of places we'll have to cover, but we'll figure something out. Probably have to be somewhat reachable for me if I'm gonna, you know, try to set it up. But maybe if you guys wanna, I'll come wherever it is, unless I can't afford the trip or something. But if somebody wanted to just, get together another meetup, I'd sure come. But probably have to be somewhat within 5 hours or so of this area for me to be able to do it. Definitely Pennsylvania would be doable. Paris, oh, in my dreams. I, oh, yeah. Paris, London, yeah, that's on my bucket list. Um, it'll happen someday. But a trip to Zincs is as close as I can get to that. And then I also go to the one in San Antonio, um, Fabrictopia. I have a video on that one as well, if you look back. Between those two outlet stores, I basically buy fabric for the whole year. In San Antonio at Fabrictopia, I'm always there on Thanksgiving weekend, so they always have a huge, some kind of discount sale. And one year they had 40% off the whole store, which was amazing because their prices are already like dirt cheap. And that was crazy. This last time they had tables that were only $1, and oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. So I tend to go crazy in those places, and I run out of places to put fabric. But you know, I used to get made fun of for my stash until my husband got laid off, and we had really not any income coming in at that time except unemployment, of course, because I was injured and in a knee brace, and you can't really work anywhere when you're like that. So I was still sewing though, because I had all kinds of fabric, and I kept sewing. So nobody makes fun of me anymore, because and right now is another good reason to have a fabric stash. Even though we might have money to shop, it's hard to shop, and it's even hard to order online sometimes. I've had a few packages go rogue that I've ordered. If, never UPS or FedEx, always the US Post Office has lost it. So I don't know how to, I don't know. One of them got found because I reported, I did an incident and they found it. That was from Raspberry Creek Fabrics, and it's really cute fabric. I'm glad that it came, and it wasn't their fault. But another one was from Amazon, and it's still not here. So I did request a refund finally, and I'll have to find it somewhere else. Australia and Ireland, yep. Hi Diana, good to see you. Yeah, Paris won't let us in there right now, that's for sure. We need we need the pandemic to be over before we do any of this stuff. London, oh, your dream is Iowa. Oh wow. Iowa's actually beautiful though. Yes, ma'am, I wear SAS shoes all the time. My brother lives really close to the outlet store, and they are amazing. They fit like a dream, like no other shoe I've ever had. They're wonderful. Talk about comfortable. And they're expensive shoes though, but the outlet store, you can really get some good deals. And it's a fun place to go because they have, a couple like, I don't know, it's just very Texas in there. And they have little ice cream and donut place, and it's really cute. Have you been there, Linda? I know Alicia, who's a lot of times in our chats and on the board, she lives there, and we're going to hook up next time and maybe go to Fabrictopia or go to lunch or something. Yeah, they are worth the money. I agree. Every pair I've ever had from there has been worn and worn and worn. Really good shoes. San Antonio is one of my favorite places, mostly because most of my family's there. All I have left, really, I have a brother and a sister left. My sister's in Virginia, and I don't get to see her much because she's, she can't travel. So I try to get down there and see her. My brother and his wife and my nieces and nephews are all in San Antonio, and I try to go at least twice a year. I was supposed to go in April, but the pandemic, I can't. And I'm waiting for the numbers to go down so I can go. I was going to go, starting to think maybe I'd go, and then San Antonio's pandemic numbers went through the roof, so I'm not going right now but soon. I will be going soon. My husband and I are going to drive there in Thanksgiving this time because not just the pandemic, but my nephew is starting up his own little photography business, and obviously I closed mine, so I have a lot of equipment that I'm going to take to him and let him have for his business. My sister's in Gretna. in Virginia, which is kind of out in the sticks. She lives in like a store that is, not store, a house that was owned by a Revolutionary War Minuteman. I mean, it's really like a plantation house. It's really, really old. It's cool, very cool. Hi, Chris. It's nice to see you. Stay well and safe. We'll see you soon. Where are you in Virginia, Jan? Diana, where are you in Kentucky? We're close. I'm in Toledo area up here in Ohio. Perrysburg, which is, if you think of where the Ohio Turnpike and I-75 meet up north, that is right where I live. The town where I live, it's called Perrysburg, and it's right where I-75 meets the Turnpike. Menifee County, is that north or south? Ooh, Williamsburg is so cool. I'm gonna have to go there sometime too. Hi Nancy, good to see you. Wow, you guys are close then, Teresa. Oh, you know what, Patty? We're very close because I'm in Toledo. So you're 2.5 hours from Windsor. We just crossed the bridge. It's not that far. We're very close to Detroit. In fact, my daughter actually, she lives in our area, but she's actually in Michigan. So, yeah, we're close. Essex, UK. Now, there's where I dream to go, the UK. I want to see Ireland. I want to see England. I'm a Beatles fan. I want to see Liverpool and Penny Lane and Abbey Road. And yeah, I love that. Hi, Patty. Well, y'all, I can't believe it's after 4 already. I'm going to probably be wrapping it up soon. Did anybody have any questions before I go? I'm going to put my fabric haul hopefully up. I already filmed it, so I just have to edit it hopefully tonight or tomorrow morning. Lots of fun stuff to show you. And yeah, so I have a lot for you in store this week, I think. Oh, cool. I'd love to see Scotland. Scotland. I couldn't even tell you where they live, but I know they're in Scotland. A friend of mine, well, they were in our co-op for homeschooling when I was homeschooling our kids, and one of their daughters ended up in Scotland. She went on a mission trip and ended up marrying someone in Scotland. So there's the danger of mission trips right there. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. You too, Diana. Have a great day. I'm going to be wrapping this up, guys. I'm sorry. I know some of you just got here. But we should be good to go for Sunday this coming week because it's not a holiday weekend or anything that I know of. Unless something comes up, it should be good for our 3 o'clock Sunday usual time. So have a fantastic day. I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap it up here, but I look forward to seeing all of you on the Facebook group, and I will be putting up some videos this week. And the haul video will probably go up later today or tomorrow morning, depending on when it gets uploaded. There's a process, so it takes a little bit, but I think I should be able to get it up today. And I'm going to finally show you guys some of those viewer makes that have been like accumulating because it's just like, it's hard. I've got to come up with a system of like identifying them all and being able to find them quickly because some come by email, some come by the Facebook group, some come by Instagram. So I needed to sort of like what's the word, standardize that so that I can find them easier and not miss any. I'm so terrified that I'm going to miss somebody's. So if I do miss yours, please forgive me and give me a heads up again, because it's very hard to keep track of everything and I'm trying to find a system. So growing pains. And we hit 9,500 subscribers this past over the weekend. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I never thought it would happen this fast. So I think we're at 96 already. So 10K is not that far off. And I am in complete shock. So, but I'm also thrilled. So, yeah. So good things are happening. Oh, thank you, Aunt B. What is your channel? Is it Aunt B's Creations? I'm going to have to go find it and subscribe. I'll be your new subscriber. I'll go check that out right away. All right. Hi, Ellen. Nice to see you. Hi, Tama. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful time. And the 2325. Oh, the bra sewing bee. I don't think so. I'm not doing bras yet, but I don't know. I just haven't been like, I just haven't wanted to do them yet. I don't know why. But I would love to eventually. Heidi, I know you're loving that, and I can't wait to see what you guys make. But maybe down the road. I've just got a lot of things going right now, so I think it's probably just not the time for me to do that right now. So have a fantastic day, you guys. I'll see y'all on the Facebook group. And thanks for coming. Love you all. Bye-bye.